Hey, how's it going, y'all? Happy Tuesday. It is April 16th. Um, I got an update on the road to 2500 with the settlement from April 12th. I did have a question of if my the last video, if the settlement amounts that I was giving was before my deductions, and the answer is no. Now, what I get my settlement as my insurance is taken out, my fuel, and then from there I set aside maintenance money. But no, that is not the gross. Um, I'm actually going to start including that. I do have a list here, and um, getting a little bit more in depth, and then I've already come up with one additional step that I'm going to take, and you'll see where that comes from here in a minute. So I'll go ahead and just get into this real quick, make this video as short and sweet as possible. Okay, it was a 4-day week. I took a day off to do a repair on my truck, so I only worked 4 days that week. I grossed $25,07.67. That was on 1,020 paid miles. Now, the paid miles is not exactly accurate, but it's not real far off either. That is an average of 246 a mile, but where this extra step I was talking about comes in is my out of route and bobtail miles. Now, I do choose to go out of route either to save time, around the Dallas and Fort Worth area, because taking the shorter route sometimes can cost you a lot of time. But there's other reasons as well. Also take it to avoid tolls, and so I just don't want to get caught up in all that. I don't want to get caught up in all that if possible. I did take a load to Tulsa, or I went to Tulsa and picked up a load and brought it back. And I was so tight on hours on the way back, I did take the toll road, and I had just enough cash to cover the toll bill on me. But beyond that, pretty much I'll go ahead and just go around, even though it does take extra time. So let me go ahead and get to my point here. The point is, with my out of route and then my bobtail, which I think I have stated that a lot of our loads right now are coming out of BNSF in Hansville, which is north of Fort Worth. From where I live, it's 100 miles bobtail. I did not know that whenever I came back to this company, but it's my fault for not asking. Even so, I'm still doing okay, and I'm still earning better than at my last job that I had taken whenever things were slow with this company. Because if you haven't seen the other videos, I worked at this company, and then things got really slow, and I had some issues at home that I needed to handle, and so I changed companies. Was there for about 6 months, and then came back to this company with, since business picked up some. It's still slow, but not nearly as slow as it was. And I said I grossed 2507. Now a lot of people would probably fell over whenever I said that. Believe it or not, at the other company, I could gross 4,000 or 5,000 in a week, and with as expensive as the insurance was and the trailer rental and all that, plus the company's percentage, I was actually making less there than I am here, even though I'm only grossing half as much, maybe 3,000, 3,500, something like that. But that was on 1,020 loaded miles by their determination, which was 246 a mile. I'm pretty sure I said that. Now my total miles on the week were 1,568, and that was a lot of bobtailing from home to the rail yard, from the rail yard back home. And so I had 548 miles that was either bobtail or out of route. Just to give an idea of the expense for that, I calculated it based on 7 miles per gallon. It'd be 78 gallons of fuel at $3.40 a gallon, which is a little bit low. And the calculation was like $265. So that's a pretty good chunk of money that it can cost for all that out of route. The step that I've decided to add starting next week is actually calculating up my bobtail and getting a rough idea on what I should calculate for fuel mileage. I'm thinking probably somewhere around 9 miles to the gallon. That way I can give a more precise answer to how much higher my income would be if I actually lived in the Metroplex area. Okay, so now my expenses was $868.14, which made my settlement $1,639.53. Of the expenses, I think my bobtail is $12.50 a week. I do $50 towards my escrow every week, and my occupational accident insurance is $35 a week. For some reason, I don't have physical damage, so I actually have to get that added. I'll probably only do like a $10,000 policy. That'll be like $20 a week, but I do need to get that on there, but it's not right now. So $1,639 or $1,640, however you want to call it. Now you can add in, I wouldn't say add in the full amount on these out of route or bobtail miles, but if you added the full amount, $265, that would actually take the settlement up to $1,900 for 4 days. I don't think it would be that much, maybe like $150, which would take it up to $1,790. But I'll have better numbers because I'm going to be tracking these bobtail to and from home. So what that ends up turning into, that's my 10th settlement, and again, most of them are 4-day. A couple of times it's because it wasn't work. A couple times it's because of vacation, and a couple times to work on the truck. So it's not all lack of freight. It is slow, And so instead of getting 2 and occasionally 3 loads in a day, I might be getting 1 and occasionally 2 loads in a day, along with 1 or 2 long runs. So my 10 week, we're looking at $13,780, which is an average of $13.78. Now last week my average for the 9 weeks was just under $13.50. So I've increased my average by $30. So that's heading in the right direction. I probably won't see a drastic jump this next settlement. Let me think. That's a 4-day. And in the next week, this week that I'm working now, I went to the dentist yesterday, and unfortunately, as of right now, there is nothing for tomorrow for work. If at all possible, I will make it up with a Saturday run and still get 4 days, kind of do what I have to do. These numbers are not typical of other owner-operators that are over the road. But like I have said before, this is about family and actually having a life outside of the truck, and not, the goal isn't making the most money possible. It's about quality of life and being there for my kids. And as long as I can pay the bills and handle some other things, then I'm right where I need to be. So, in my opinion, it's decent. It could be better, and I will show how my earnings are actually lower than other guys because of all the bottling that I do. If this is helpful, by all means, leave a comment and let me know what you think. Yeah, have a good one.